Hey fibre friends, welcome to a new episode of Wander and Create with Emma. For those of you that are new here, my name's Emma, also known as Wander and Create with Emma on all my social medias and my website. I'm a knitter and crocheter. I design patterns and I'm also a bit of a travel lover, so these vlogs will occasionally have some travel aspects, keeping it yarn based. So I've already released a couple of episodes where I've been exploring local yarn stores of cities I've visited, and then occasionally you might come with me on a hike where I'm taking some knitting or crochet projects with me. So if you like the sound of that, keep watching and like and subscribe these videos. So this week's episode is back to the vlog style, where I'll be talking about what I've been working on and what I've been up to. It's been about 5 weeks since I last posted a video like this. I've been trying to post videos every 2 weeks. Every week at the moment is just feeling too much for me. So I was meant to post one last week, but I didn't really feel like it. I had in my head that I didn't have enough to talk about, and I got in a kind of bad headspace about it, so I didn't end up filming. I did release a crochet tutorial video instead about how to make the hearts for this top, which I'll come back to in a minute. But yeah, I didn't feel like it, and then this week I kind of had a word with myself, and you know, I do still have stuff I want to share, and even if I don't feel like I've got that many projects or I haven't finished anything, there's still things that I've learned and things that I've been doing that I kind of want to share with everyone. So this week's video is going to be all about my whips. I haven't got any finished objects really that's new to talk about, so it's going to be lots of works in progress, and then some yarn that I've bought that I've got ideas for, because I want to show you that and I want to get your ideas too. So let's get into it. So to start with, I'll just talk about what I'm wearing. I am wearing the Nelson top, which was designed by me and released about 2 or 3 weeks ago now. It's a crochet top, as I hope you can see. It's a kind of heart mesh design. It's made in 4 separate panels, so 2 at the front, 2 at the back, all the same size and width, and then they are crocheted together, and some ribbing, stand up, some ribbing is added to the bottom. It's just a loose, boxy, breezy top, perfect for the summer. I've made mine with some bamboo and cotton blend yarn that I got from Hobbycraft, which, if you're not in the UK, that's a yarn store. Well, it's not, it's a craft store, a bit like Michael's here in Canada, or Joanne in the US, that has all sorts of craft stuff. But yeah, when I was back home for Christmas, I saw that yarn in there and I had this idea in mind of this design, so I started on it while I was back home in the UK. So the tutorial that I just mentioned is just a short tutorial about how to make like a single heart of this design. So just walks you through that. I have the tutorial on YouTube, but it also links to the blog post where I've actually written out the step-by-step instructions for it. So if you're more of a kind of reader than a visual learner, you can go and visit the blog post there. And let me know if you decide, one, to make this top, I would love that, but also if you just decide to use the hearts stitch pattern in a design that you're making yourself. Like, I would love to hear about that, because I think they're pretty cute, it's pretty fun. Like, one tip that I would share is, because I don't know, as you can see, these like the kind of points of the heart, let me get it closer. Like the points here, they can have a tendency to get out of shape or go up like they have at the shoulder here. So I put in the pattern that it's like a real important tip is to wash and block when they're flat before they're joined. But even when you're washing it, once you've put it together and you've worn it, I really recommend, if you have some like pins or lots of pins you would need to kind of pin the points down, it really helps them stay in shape. And even if you don't, what I was doing, because I ran out of pins, was just while it was wet and blocked, I was just occasionally like pulling at the points to keep them straight, like maybe twice in the day, or it takes a couple of days in my house for it to dry, so just like a couple of times a day, just like pulling them to keep them in check. Otherwise they tend to kind of get a bit distorted, so you know, maybe there's a little bit of work to it, but I think it's worth it. So yeah, this pattern is available through my website, through Ravelry if that's available to you, and then also on Etsy. So if you're interested, all the links to it are down below. Okay, so properly into the whips now, and I'm going to start with some socks that I cast on last week. They're just a shorty pair of socks. They're actually the Imber socks by Summer Lee Knits. If you've watched before, you've probably heard me talking about her. I really enjoy her sock designs. Like, she's a huge like sock pattern, knitted sock pattern designer, and she has some really cool and fun designs. And I bought the pattern for the Imber socks probably 2 years now or more ago, and they're just super cute. They've got quite a kind of 60s vintage look to them, and well, I'll just show you where I'm at. I've done one sock already, so this is it. So it's just this cool kind of is it houndstooth, would you call this, or dogtooth pattern, and I was just trying to use up the yarn that I had left over from the honeybot cardigan. If you saw the video where I finished that project, that was like what was it, 3 years in the making, but I had quite a lot of the green yarn, which was from oh, my mind has gone blank, so I'm gonna have to write it here. The yarn, it's from a lady in Yarn Diet in Alberta, and the colour is Kelly Green. And then some Sandus Garn sock yarn. So it's just like kind of leftovers from other projects. And I'm really almost finished with the second sock. I have just got the heel to go. So it's a kind of afterthought heel. No, it's a forethought like peasant heel. So you do put a line of scrap yarn in and then you come back to the heel at the end. But it's really easy. I haven't done too much colourway work yet really in my kind of knitting career, so I always get a bit nervous about it, but I actually like the next sock design that I am currently working on has a small tiny amount of colourway in it, so it's kind of good to get some practice in and experiment with the different needle sizes. For example, in this pattern you start with the cuff and the heels, and the toe is with a 2.25mm needle, but for the main body with the colourway you go up to a 2.75. For me, because I know I'm slightly looser knitter with my socks, I did go down a needle size for both, so I have been working with a 2mm needle, and then for the colourway I was doing 2.5mm, and that has kind of worked out for me. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll probably get this finished by today, and I'm kind of excited to wear them because they just look so fun. I think I'd like to make them again, but make a kind of a longer, like, you know, ankle length or calf length, whatever style, and maybe I would alternate, because I still have a lot of this green left, so I might do the green base and then the white pattern design. We'll get to that eventually. Like, I need to finish what are the other things I'm working on first, but anyway, they're really fun. I really recommend this pattern if you're like a beginner into colour work. I think it's very easy, really easy stitch repeat to get into. It's just kind of 6 rows of pattern for the colourway, but very straightforward. And then the next one is a design that I am working on. So my last vlog style video, which must have been, yeah, it must be 5 weeks ago now, I was showing you a vest that I was working on, and it was going to be in a waffle stitch, it's crochet waffle stitch design, like this. This is the swatch that I had made. It's with Lions brand Fisherman's Wool, but I was telling you that I was worried that it was going to be too bulky. And I carried on with it a bit longer, but then I just decided that as much as I like love the look of this, it was going to be too bulky, so I ripped it all out and I started again. Let me just grab it. So this is where I'm at now. Ooh. We are keeping it simple, and we're doing a half double crochet, just going round. We have some ribbing at the bottom here, just checking you can see that, and then it's just round and round and round, half double crochet. But here is the big learning moment that I had while I was doing this. I haven't knit too many I haven't crocheted too many garments, so and I'd never done one that was just half double crochets in the round. And what I realised when I was doing it is that the kind of seams, like the join at the beginning and end of the round, was starting to slant, so it was kind of doing this, and I couldn't work out what was going wrong. At first I thought I was losing count of the stitches and that maybe I was decreasing every round and that's why it was slanting, but then I was counting the stitches and that wasn't the case, so I thought, oh, maybe I've just been joining in the wrong place. I couldn't really figure out what was going on, so I did some research and I learnt that just the way that half double crochet stitches are, because you're pulling through 3 loops at a time, it creates a bit of a slant to the right slightly with that stitch. And so when you are stacking, every time you join in the round and, you know, chain and start again, it just makes everything kind of stack and slant to the right a bit, so it causes your join to just go away. So I have learnt there's probably other methods to this, but this is what I learnt about and I've been using and it's been working for me. But please, if you have other methods to resolve the issue, share them below. But what I learned is that you just need to alternate 2 rounds. So the first round you just do normally, or half double crochet, and then in the second round you skip the first stitch, go all the way around as normal, and then when you've put in your last stitch of the round, you then half double crochet into that missed stitch and join into the top of that, technically the second half double crochet stitch, but the first one that you did in that round. So you skipped a stitch at the beginning and then did a half double crochet, you kind of join into the top of that one, and then the next round is just as normal, and then the 4th round after that you skip the first stitch, go into the second one, go around again, and then at the very end you do the half double crochet into that skipped stitch at the beginning. So that's what I've been doing and it has worked out. Like, you can see where it is, but can you see? But this will be the side seam of the vest, so it will be fairly hidden. And I'm making this this vest, with about 6 inches of positive ease, so it'll be very loose, so you can wear like t-shirts underneath when it's the kind of autumn, fall, when I'm planning for this to come out, and obviously under kind of longer sleeve layers when it gets a bit cooler. And I'm still kind of experimenting around with it. I did hope to have the design finished and the pattern written and graded in about 3 weeks time, but because I had that issue with the rounding and changing my mind about the design and style of it, I think it might be a bit pushed back a couple of weeks later than that, because I still want to figure out how I want the armholes to look and if I want a v-neck or a rounded collar. So I'm still kind of figuring out as I go, but I'm just kind of winging it and seeing what I like as I'm making it. But as you can tell, it's worked kind of bottom up, and then we'll be separating where the armholes will be, so you'll do back and forth to do the front, back and forth to do the back, and then join them together at the shoulders. And this is the same style that I did for the Gastown top, which is a mesh crochet design, but it was constructed in a similar way, kind of bottom up, separating for the armholes and then joining back together on the shoulders. So that's been my learning curve this week, and what I'm working on, what I kind of hoped I would be nearly the end of the design process by now, but I'm not, but I'm learning as I go, so all is not lost. Something else I was working on the last time I chatted with you guys was the Ingrid sweater by Petite Knits. I had started on it. I'd started on the back of it, and I have not done any more since then. I kind of thought I would just pick this up and put it down and do it across the summer, so then by the autumn, or you know, when it gets cool enough again, although it has been cool recently, I thought I'd have it ready, but I haven't done anything on it for 5 weeks. So I have a slight excuse for this. I had left it on the sofa and with the needles in, the wooden needles, and it accidentally got sat on, so the needle broke. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen this. I posted about it in my stories, but yeah, then a needle got sat on and snapped, and it was just before we went to Portland. I knew that I couldn't get replacement knit pick. These are knit picks needles. I knew I couldn't get replacements like rapidly, so I thought, well, what better excuse to go to yarn stores in Portland is there than that I need to buy a replacement needle. So, you know, gave me a good excuse to do shopping, even though I knew I was going to anyway. Yeah, so I have managed to pick up a new set of 4mm circular needles, just fixed ones, not interchangeable like these ones, but I'm going back to the UK in August, and I know a yarn store in the city where I live that sells these, so I'll pick up a replacement needle there. But I'm still really excited about this sweater, so I just need to kind of change the needles and hopefully remember where I left off. It shouldn't be too hard, right, because I've barely done anything. But yeah, I'm excited to wear it. Hopefully I don't need it yet, because hopefully the summer is coming. But yeah, that's all to say. Sometimes these things just don't happen like you plan, but it's alright. I don't need it right now, and I'll get back to it later. And then the kind of last work in progress wise I had to show you is the Salt Spring bags. So I can't remember if I had a name for these last time that I talked about them, but I have a collection of 3 bags coming out. They're currently in testing now, but I have this tote bag. Can you see? It's kind of got a like boxy sides and a seamless handle, so it's all incorporated into the bag design, not stitched on. I thought it would give it more strength that way. And then we have a bottle holder, which I've actually been using a lot, and it's been very practical. My bottle is one of the bigger sizes, and it fits in perfectly, so it will kind of meet a variety of bottle sizes. And yeah, it's just been great to kind of sling over my shoulder if I have a smaller bag that this won't fit in. It's been perfect. And then the final one was a mobile phone holder. So again, just if you're on a walk and you don't really want to take anything other than your phone and maybe your keys, like this is just the perfect little thing. I have been trying to film the design journey of this as I go, so when the bags come out in 3 weeks from now, I'll probably release that video so you can see all the design process and the changes I made and know what I discovered along the way with those. But they're currently under testing, and what I realised is that I didn't take many progress photos on the journey, so where the testers have kind of highlighted that maybe a photo here or there would kind of complement the instructions. I'm just going to I started to design the bags again to kind of get those photos taken. So I've been using just a standard like cream yarn. So I've done the bottle holder, and then I'm starting on the tote bag. I kind of love this like simple colour of it. So yeah, I need to take photos later today of like more instructions on how you join the kind of the strip with the panels to make that kind of boxy look, and then I'll just make the phone holder again as well. But yeah, it's quite exciting. The testers started a week ago, and some of them have already completed their tests already, which is amazing, because they're still just under 3 weeks to go. So I'm really happy with that, and I'll be happy to get those out in the world just in time for summer, because they're kind of perfect for being out and about, whether you're going to your local farmer's market or you're going on a hike and just need to carry a bottle and your phone. They're going to be perfect for that, so I'm kind of super excited to have those out very soon. The other thing I should probably mention is the Granny Square project that I was meant to be working on throughout the year. I think in my very first vlog that I released, I talked about that project and how I wanted to make 2 granny squares with the scrap yarn that I had every week of the year, and then at the end of the year I would decide what to do with all the granny squares. But I've had a bit of a change of heart because it just felt like it was going to be too many granny squares to like, I couldn't figure out what I would actually want to do with them. Would I just make a crochet like a granny square blanket, which there's absolutely nothing wrong with, I love them, but I didn't know if I wanted that, if I wanted to try and make a jacket, I wasn't sure. So I've put a pause on that because I did also have another idea that actually goes back to the vest. I kind of thought, you know, I love a kind of classic simple beige cream vest, but I thought actually maybe it'd be quite fun as a kind of stash busting project at the beginning of next year to gather the kind of worsted weight or you know, holding other yarns together in scrap busting project for this, where you could change yarn every round or every few rounds and just have a real kind of stash busting colourful vest. So I think I'm going to hold on using my scrap yarn and save it for that project. If anyone likes the sound of that and would like to join in, obviously I need to finish making this pattern first, but write in the comments below if you're interested, and it will really like drive me to, one, complete this pattern, and then also like hold that project and invite people to join me. But yeah, I really want to just keep getting through my stash. I don't want to build up and have all these scraps from leftover projects just build up and not really know what to do with it all. So yeah, I'm always looking for stash busting, crochet and knitting project ideas. I've actually posted a few blog posts about kind of stash busting, like crochet projects, knitting projects, Christmas gift ideas. I think I did one on that would use your stash and things like that, so I'm kind of keen to not let things go to waste. So yeah, I will keep you posted on that one. And then finally, I guess I just want to show you a few of the yarns that I have bought in the last few weeks and what I'm planning to do with them. The first thing is from when I went to, Ritual Dyes in Portland. I did show this in my Portland video, but just to catch people up who haven't watched that one. I went to Ritual Dyes and I bought some of their Undine yarn. It's in the colourway Carrot, and it's a fingering weight organic cotton linen blend, and I'm planning to make the Jessie May open edge tee with it, which is a top I've made before, but I've never been fully satisfied with it. It has a line, like a really gappy line of stitches for some reason that I haven't been able to resolve, and I just wanted to make it again. And this is the yarn that she used in the original design, and I had some money that had been gifted to me for my birthday, so I had in mind that when we went to Portland I would be buying this. So at some point I'll be casting on and making that, and I'm sure you will be seeing that in a future vlog episode. And then I had some really exciting yarn, which is for a secret project I can't talk about yet in case someone sees. And then it was an element of surprise. But I bought this sequin yarn. Let me take the thing off so you can fully see. So it's very fine. I don't know if you will be able to see this. It's so fine. But it's just lots of sequins. And I have some fingering yarn coming to pair it with, and I'm going to be making something with it, but keeping it a secret for now, but just wanted to show you because I love it so much. It's from the bling bar of Crafty Jackalope. If you watch Grocery Girls, you've probably heard all about it through there, and that's how I heard about it. But I just love that on their website they have a bling bar which is full of different sequin glittery yarn. So yeah, I've bought this with something in mind, but watch this space to what it's going to be. And then I have some other yarn which I didn't buy recently. I actually bought it last year when we were on our road trip across North America. We were in New York like like the countryside, in a place called New Paltz. I think that's where it was. And there was a store that had lots of different things, but it had some yarn. It had this really interesting yarn, like silk yarn from recycled saris. And I just thought it was really pretty. But I don't know what to do with it. I want to use it, but I'm not really sure what I want to use it for. So if anyone has, and I've lost the band for it, so I'm not sure how much there is. But yeah, if anyone has any ideas of what I could use this kind of special colourful yarn for, please let me know, because I'm really having trouble deciding, and I've been looking on Pinterest at sari yarn and stuff, but I don't know, I haven't seen anything that kind of inspires me yet, and I think I could make a top, but I probably don't have enough to make a top that would fit me, so maybe I could make one and gift it to somebody else. But if anyone has any great ideas, please drop them in the comments below or message me, because I'd love to hear them. And I think that's it from me for this week. So if you got this far, thank you for watching. I'd love to hear what you've been working on as well, or if you're working on a similar project to me, like any of the patterns that I'm currently working on, or if you like the look of any of those designs I've been showing you, the bags or the vest, like, please give this video a like, and I really appreciate you watching, and I hope you all have a fabulous knitting, crochet, crafty week, and I will see you again soon.